Al Ittihad team has a familiar, fearsome look about it, led by the imperious Karim Benzema, who was so potent last season, clearly loves working under Laurent Blanc as well, fellow Frenchman, but having Moussa Diaby and Steven Bergwijn either side of him produced what was undeniably the driving force behind the success of Al Ittihad last season. Really liked what I saw as well of Mario Mitai in the last campaign too, so he might be one to watch in the new season. The Albanian international, still only 22 years old as well, but there's a lot to be said for consistency when you are trying to win the title again. That is what Al Ittihad are looking to do. Let's take a closer look then, shall we, at the first of our two semi-finalists. Remember, this is the fourth edition now of the Saudi Super Cup in its revised format, with the 4 teams competing rather than the 2. And I think for Jorge Jesus, I mean, he was talking about it himself, he's got such a plethora of great players to work with, but he said the prospect of being with Cristiano Ronaldo was just too enticing for him to turn down. So much talk earlier in the summer about Ronaldo's future, so many questions about whether we'd see him in an Al Nassr shirt again, but having committed to stay, he then, perhaps unsurprisingly, had a very big say over the appointment of fellow Portuguese Jesus. So clearly those two feel that together they can lead Al Nassr to some long overdue glory. And talking of Portuguese contingents that seem to be growing at Al Nassr, here is another player that has come into the club over the summer from that particular part of the world. Joao Felix in from Chelsea. I think there were big names along with Kingsley Coman that Al Nassr felt they needed to get in terms of catapulting themselves forward this season. Joao Felix, who has had his time recently with Chelsea, that was a rather unsuccessful spell, a permanent campaign, having joined them on loan a couple of years ago, and spent part of 2025 out with AC Milan on loan as well. So maybe this opportunity to be at a new home with a fresh start will help him to progress. Mentioned Al Nassr losing the Super Cup final to Al Hilal in 2024. Al Ittihad beaten by the same side in the 2020.
Two of the biggest names in the game.
Start the season with some silverware.
Please stand if you are able for the national anthem of the King.
Two experienced captains there who know each other only too well. This evening's Super Cup match officials led by Khaled Al-Turais from Saudi Arabia. We have an all-Saudi officiating team here.
Very familiar when we see him with his cap on.
Now, first opportunity to attack, and the ball's just a little bit long from the far side. Kingsley Coman getting involved for his new team. Kept in by the fleet-footed figure of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Week in and week out is a phenomenon. I mean, even at his age, 40 years old, you look at the goals that he's scoring and the opportunities that he's getting.
They are sending it forward, collected here by Sadio Mane. Blistering pace as he sends it into the centre. Ronaldo got a boot on it, and Coman, well, certainly did. He got a boot underneath it.
We just touched on there, didn't we, Sadio Mane? And that's what they're going to look to do this season, Al Nassr. Coman and Mane in wide areas. Really good piece of play from Sadio Mane. Picks out Cristiano Ronaldo. The contact isn't what he would have wanted. Coman tucking in on the far post, doesn't quite get the connection. Good early promising start from Al Nassr.
Met by Yaya, the header down from Brozovic. Mane scampering after it. Good play, Brozovic whips it in, hit first time and in! Sadio Mane has Al Nassr up and running in Hong Kong. Interesting for all the pre-match talk of Ronaldo and Karim Benzema. We've got players of the quality of Sadio Mane on the pitch as well. We shouldn't forget that. The Senegalese superstar still doing it as Ronaldo takes the return from Brozovic. That that was pretty optimistic.
Well, you can see what he's doing though. Knowing Cristiano Ronaldo, having played against him, he pounces on any weakness. So he'll have seen that mistake from the goalkeeper. He knows that the goalkeeper's confidence at the moment isn't where it should be. He knows he's quite shaky.
A little over a quarter of an hour played, a couple of goals already. Steven Bergwijn starting off the current season where the last one ended as Ronaldo takes it up to the box, gets the crowd off their feet, and finally the flag goes up. The flag that we were waiting to see for several seconds.
The assistant over on the far side, you could watch him running, he almost had the flag half raised. And it's right down beneath, as you could see clearly that Cristiano Ronaldo hadn't timed his run. Ball was maybe played through slightly later than he wanted it, but he was offside, and it's very frustrating.
A good ball that is to Mane, who's away from Fabinho, his former Liverpool teammate. Support from Ayman Yahya. Jean-Felix is up there. It's in towards Ronaldo, and then at the far post, Coman. Well, it was the prodigious leap that we're so used to.
He wants a push.
He wants a push. He hung in the air as long as he could, but in the end it landed for Coman.
He's asking the referee from that little nudge from Ittihad just as Ronaldo leaves the ground. Doesn't take a lot to put you off balance when you leave.
Ayman Yahya sending it through, collected by Mane, held up by the very combative figure of Danilo, who claims that his goalkeeper was fouled by Mane.
Taking a stray boot there, Al-Shankiti. I think Mane, and his zest to get to the ball, may have just left the boot with the referee. It's a wonderful ball over the top. Was appeals for a handball there. Mane and Danilo. Mane just tries to get in between the both, doesn't he? He's a big, strong unit, Danilo. Wanting his goalkeeper to come out, the goalkeeper comes out.
Oh, you could see that he does tread on the goalkeeper.
And he does,
there.
he gets him, doesn't he? He does.
That is a painful one.
How intentional, I'm not sure. The contact was there.
Danilo reacting instantly. It's 11 games in the Champions League among them.
Great signing.
Brozovic looking for Ronaldo. Mohamed Shankiti swiftly across. He gets a little bump in the process.
So, situations like this, when they get corners, throw-ins, free kicks in the attacking third, there may be few and far between with 10 men. The delivery has to be good.
That was the nudge I think they will be grateful for. You can just see soaked in perspiration, and a chance perhaps now for Benzema still firing on all cylinders. 21 goals in the league in 29 appearances last season. Free kick conceded by Mohamed Shankiti.
Such an intelligent player, Ronaldo. Understands the game, the situation that his team are in. He's up there on his own now. Slightest of touches, he goes to ground, gets his team a free kick. They've got themselves back in the game, and since the sending off, they've certainly dominated the possession.
Here's Coman showing us the sort of football is capable of. Into Ronaldo. Now Shankiti able to block. Looked really promising for Al Nassr there for a moment. Mitai, Fabinho. Now Ronaldo. Now the crowd get excited as he blasts it into Danilo. Brozovic. Ayman Yahya.
Al Nassr. This is the early one from Cristiano Ronaldo. The goalkeeper, Al-Shankiti, makes a decision and he commits himself.
Khyber finds Jean-Felix. Delightful play. Stumble from Ronaldo. Ronaldo. Conte. A tosser with Mohamed Simakan, who is noticeably different in size. And here comes Ronaldo. Into João Felix. And suddenly Ittihad are forced to scamper back and Fabinho makes a challenge that makes sure that the attack can go on no further. And
It'd be like if he was to score this evening.
are we about to find out? That familiar pose, the picture of concentration. The 10 men of Al Nassr with a clear shooting chance now. It's Cristiano Ronaldo who fires it. It fizzes over the top of the bar.
Just couldn't get the dip that he wanted on it, could he, Cristiano Ronaldo? I was watching him in the warm-up before the game, and that's part of his warm-up routine, taking free kicks from in and around the edge of the box. He prefers them when they're slightly further away, so he can get that whip dip on the knuckleball. Just couldn't quite get that one under the crossbar. Good strike, good connection, but he and most others in the stadium are frustrated.
In the 16th, but then Cristiano Ronaldo and his teammates found themselves down to 10. But Ronaldo, the man who virtually everybody in the stadium has come to see, minute of the game. So Cristiano Ronaldo taking to the field for the second half. He and his teammates down to 10 for what remains of the evening. But Paul Robinson more than holding their own with 10 for about 20 minutes there.
I thought very structured and organised, the George Jesus. The drinks break, the cooling break came just at the right time for him as they went down to 10 men. He was able to give his team instructions, what you wouldn't necessarily be able to get on across the touchline while the game's in play. Brought his team in, Rio, Brazilian goalkeeper.
Doesn't look like we're going to have any changes made by either side at the start of the second half. It's as you were. And it is Al Nassr in the yellow shirts who will get Al Bouchal. Here's Ronaldo trying to give the crowd a it now. This is Houssem Aouar. Kingsley Coman looking for Ronaldo. João Felix is there on the far side, and Ronaldo gets the free kick.
He just stopped playing, didn't he? Told the referee what to do. I want a free kick. There you go, you can have one. See a lot of players do it, don't we? When they feel they've been fouled, just stop and look at the referee. Somebody with Ronaldo's stature and reputation, hard for referees not to give it when he stands there and looks at him in the middle of the pitch and says that's a free kick.
Here comes Coman. He's away from Mitai this time. Kingsley Coman trying to set it up for Cristiano Ronaldo, who can't turn it home.
They switched off Ittihad. Really good, quick thinking from the fullback Al Bouchal. Quick throwing in behind, zips off this wet slip.
Not very inclined to throw it back at the moment.
Well, who touches it last, look?
Yeah.
There you go, Cristiano Ronaldo. That one's not going in his museum, that's going on some boy's bedroom wall. A collector's item in itself. Ronaldo isn't. Lost one game to Almeria in Portugal. The 1-1 4-0.
And they're on the attack again as Ronaldo tries to chase it down, but Danilo had the head start.
With that man.
Of Cristiano Ronaldo, who's in on goal here and tees it up.
Unselfish from Cristiano Ronaldo into Felix. He's definitely not offside.
It's a goal. It's 2-1 to the 10 men of Al Nassr.
Very unselfish play from Ronaldo. Takes the goalkeeper out the equation. Gives his bats. Sets up João Felix. He won't score many easier than that.
Getting the job done and getting the ball in the back of the net, and just look at that.
Up to that goal, and it is that challenge there by Cristiano Ronaldo, and they need to deter Felix, who thought he'd scored the...
Including their new star man, Matteo Retegui, the Italian international. Talking of star men, here goes João Felix. He's absolutely on fire here. Down he goes, under pressure.
Benfica, Chelsea, Barcelona, AC Milan. I mean, it's an incredible CV. He gets to play alongside his fellow countryman.
But never really fitted in when he should have done.
No, never
any
really
of them.
settled, has
Not
he?
in the way that you might have expected, given the talent that he clearly has.
And you see, he's playing with a freedom in this team. goal.
14 draws and only 10 defeats in his tenure as head coach. In towards Cristiano Ronaldo. Mitai's not giving him an inch.
Yeah, really has. There's a lot of tired Al Nassr legs out there having to work very hard with only 10 men. And those two holding midfielders, they've anchored it very well, Brozovic and Al-Kabari.
Cristiano Ronaldo's work for the night is done, affording the crowd the opportunity to cheer him from the field of play.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing of
7 minutes of added time, a minimum of. Now Nassr not quite over the line in this match, but there are a lot of people inside the stadium, I have to say, who would be delighted were they to win this match. Now just a minor delay because of the kerfuffle that's surrounding. And it is an excellent victory for Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr team, against the odds really, having taken the lead early in the match through Sadio Mane, been pegged back by Steven Bergwijn soon afterwards, and then down to 10. Mane shown a straight red after 25 minutes, so up again his captain to tap home what turned out to be the winner after an hour. Al Nassr will stay here in Hong Kong and take advantage of having the extra man. They didn't really put Al Nassr under much pressure. They didn't really play with great urgency and dynamism. And in the end, it cost them. Tenacity